again, YouTube. It's your boy, the Memphis Accelerate, welcoming you back to the 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or every day, for 100 days, we're dueling with a different deck every single day. Today is day number 86. There's only 2 weeks left in the 100 Days Yu-Gi-Oh! And we're getting out of the final deck. So today, we're taking a look at the new Aromages. Aromages recently got some new support to them, and it's very nice support. It's very nice things, especially Aroma blend, setting up boards and allowing us to fusion summon. Got a new main deck monster and a couple extra deck monsters. And we're going to be going out in EDO Pro. We're going to show off these cards, show off the wombos and the combos, the what do's and the what not do's, the whole shebang. So, as always, big shout out to the gentleman who mastered today's deck, that being Mr. JRPG King, longtime fan of Aromas, or as I like to call them, Stank Wizards. That's right, Stank Wizards. That's what we got here today. So we're going to go into EDO Pro with our Stank Wizards. We're going to be gaining lots of life points, gaining that life point advantage, and never letting it go. So, without further ado, let's get into the action, show off exactly what this deck can do. Alrighty, everybody, our first opponent, another day, another card game. Now we're going first, which is usually the best thing you want in this deck. You like to go first more often than not. And we have a pretty solid hand, to be honest. It's actually giving me things like, what should I do? We have both of our starters. We have Rosalina, we have Evil Thorn. Let's go for the classics. We'll work our way into the new stuff. We got Evil Thorn, old school Aroma tech. You just tribute this thing off, deal 300 damage to the opponent, and then you get 2 more Evil Thorns. Doesn't restrict you in any way, except you can't use their effects, but who cares? The only thing you need to worry about is maintaining life point advantage. That's what Aromages are about, and that's what we're going to do. Also, a plant lit the board, so I got this Rose Girl, so that's going to be useful. Very useful indeed. So, let's go ahead and get the thing started. Let's get out our girl, good old Aromatherapy Jasmine. He allows me to tribute any one of my monsters in order to get out a different monster from my deck. Let's see, who do I want to get, though? There's always a trick, but we're going to go for Rosalina. She's the new girl when she's normal or special summon. Much like with the Thorn, she just gets you another monster. In this case, it can be whatever monster I wish. In this case, I'm going to go for Marjoram, so I can go my Synchro Summon. And I should be pretty set there. Should be pretty set. So what we're going to do is, we're going to summon out our Aromatherapy Sweet Marjoram. I can also go for Queen of Thorns, but, you know, that's more of a tech if you know what your opponent's trying to do. But we're going to go ahead and summon out Sweet Marjoram. When she's summoned, I can add one of my 3 traps from my deck to my hand, which is very nice. We do like our traps, so we're going to go ahead and get our Dried Winds. This lets me pop stuff when I gain life points. As well, let's go ahead and activate Aroma Blend. We'll ditch our other Rosalina. Might seem like a silly thing because this lets me gain life points, but I also have my Ghost Sister. She's the top Nep. Therefore, we'll keep her for now. But we're going to go for Blend. I can activate a trap straight from my deck. I can just be like, Blend. Let's see. Yes, let's go ahead and activate. We're going to go ahead and recover one of our plants and gain some life points. Let's get back. I should have gone for Rosaline. I misclicked that, but it's okay. It doesn't really matter that much. What matters most is that we're going to get to search any plant monster we like, including just, you know, getting another Rosalina. That way I have her anyway. There you go. All right. And also Marjoram would pop a card if I gain life points and all that good stuff, but that's not as important. Not when we're going first. And why not? Let's go ahead and use our Aroma Blend's other effect. It's a fusion spell in the grave. I'm going to summon out my Aroma Lilith Magnolia, who's just she's mostly a big beat stick, but she does good work. She does good work. We'll banish 2 of these. We're going to make sure everything we have our Jasmine pointing to, because I have more life than my opponent, therefore I will gain battle immunity. Let's see. And my opponent has surrendered. Why though? I was almost done. Okay. Well, that is unfortunate. I guess we'll have to do a bonus duel, because that doesn't count too much as a win, does it? It don't really count when your opponent doesn't get to do nothing. I was almost done, but that's basically what we want to do with this deck. We're going to gain the life points, make sure we have more life than our opponent, because while we have more life than the opponent, all of our Aromages do so much more. We gain all their effects while we have more life points, and we just want to maintain that advantage as long as humanly possible. And we were pretty set up. You know, I've got my trap. I can just gain life points whenever I need it. I got Dried Winds to pop things. I got Marjoram to pop things. And Magnolia can make my monsters gain attack equal to the life points I gain once per turn, which is pretty good when you consider I have Ghost Sister Spooky Dogwood. Special summon 3k beat stick. I get 3,000 attack points. That's That's no small thing. So that's the idea of the deck. Let's go for duel number 2, though. See how this deck does when we actually get some interaction going. Alrighty, actual first opponent. Let's go at it again. Sometimes people just don't like it when you do combos. It's a thing. But this is actually, well, it doesn't look like much, the perfect going second hand in our deck. Let's see. Crystal Beast, you say, well, they like to special summon a lot. That they do. So we'll wait and see where this one goes. Let's see. Summoning level 4 Crystal Beast from the deck. Yep. So we're up against good old-fashioned Crystal Beast. They do special summon a lot. One of the most ridiculous archetypes GX ever produced. Also one of the more overhyped. It's between them and Heroes. They got a lot of stuff. But yeah, he's got to go. Yep, Rainbow Bridge, the Searcher that searches searchers. You can only activate one of these, right? Yeah, he can. But he has the Awakening of the Crystal Lord. It's kind of ridiculous that they get searchers that search other searchers, but that's just me. But I'm fine right now, because like I said, we're going second. I'm not at any risk of taking damage. I've never heard of a Crystal Beast deck that had anything to do with burn. Although I do think they have a burn card, but I don't remember what it does. Let's see. Banish this card, add a Crystal Beast and a field spell from there to the hand. Cool. Alright, just gonna get whatever field spell you want. Necro Valley, which would normally be a problem. It's not necessarily good, but it's not the worst thing in the world. It could be way worse. I like my graveyard, but I can live without it. I can live without the graveyard. It's not a big deal. Alright, sir. I mean, you're certainly digging your deck, and you certainly have another Rainbow Bridge. But I'm not seeing too much. I haven't seen you special summon one time. I'm still waiting for that. The minute you do, I'm going to activate Spooky Sister. You might wonder why I don't do it now. And there's actually a very good reason. If I use Sister and he does not special summon, summon a Crystal Beast from the hand or grab with the, if you do, not yet. And the thing is, if you don't gain life off of Sister in the end phase, you lose half your life points, which is detrimental to us in the extreme. That is like the worst thing you can possibly do. Let's see. Special summon. Yep. Special summon Crystal Beast, Rainbow Dragon. Necro Valley. Alrighty. Oh, he did do the thing. Alright, that's fine. Not ideal, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and summon out our Lone Fire Blossom. He can stop grave effects, but he can't stop Lone Fire. That's just how it goes. So let's go ahead and summon out Rosalina. She's a Beana. Like this beanie on my head. And we're gonna go ahead and summon... Or do I? Do I want to go for... I could go with Circle of the Fairies. Have a nice big beat stick, although that's not really the thing that's going to save me here. The thing that's really going to do it for me is I got to get rid of this Crystal Dragon thing. That's more important. So let's go ahead for our girl, Sweet Marjoram. Just do as we do. Sweet Marjoram will go off. I'll go ahead and get myself another card. Let's get Dried Winds so I can pop stuff. That should work fairly effectively. It's not perfect by any means, but it's a start. It's a nice little start. Let's beat over the Pegasus. That way he just has one less Pegasus on the board. And that'll do it for now. That'll do it for now. I'm really just hoping that he would special summon something. I mean, he still has Rainbow Dragon. He could do that. But he is choosing not to. Well, this is a bit of a bind. I mean, I'm not that low in the life, but now that we have less than the opponent, it's not necessarily good. Not necessarily the best thing. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna link off? Yes, you are. Masquerena. Alright. What is this? Bridge of the Heart. Normal summon a Crystal Beast. Destroy a Crystal Beast. Add a Crystal Beast. Okay. He certainly knows how to do his Crystal Beasts, I suppose. But now that he knows that I'm playing Aromas... Oh, I don't think he knows that I have Ghost Sister. Maybe he does, but I don't think he does. What is this doing? Which effect was activated? Oh, he is special summoning. Okay. Activate Ghost Sister. Activate Dried Winds. Now he has to special summon something. That's the rule. He has to special summon somebody, and all the crystal beasts have attack. Therefore, I'm going to be gaining that anyway. So let's go ahead and I guess we'll pop Masquerena because I have to do it now. It's an automatic effect. It's unfortunately an automatic thing, but if I get rid of Masquerena, that's something. I'll gain that nice 6k though. I do appreciate the 6k. Because now that I have more light points than my opponent, all of my stuff works. Alright. Go ahead. Summon something else, please. Please do. Thank you. Yes. Activate more things. Summon more big beat sticks. I hope Harbinger is not ideal, but I can work with that. So, yes. Let's summon out Aroma Sage Jasmine. One of our main starting things. We have a lot of main starting monsters in this deck. It's a thing. We get an extra normal summon thanks to him. And I'm going to go for my Lone Fire again. Tribute him off. And Dried Winds will allow me to pop things by, what was it? I can reduce my life points to be equal to my opponent. But I'm not going to do that just yet. I could, but I don't need to. Let's summon out Rosalina again. Because she's just a good girl. And I'm thinking, who do I want to summon off this? If I summon Laurel, I'll get the gain life pop card. I think that's a good idea. That sounds like a good idea to me. Alright, let's go ahead and get an Aroma card. Yes. Actually, very yes. Let's go for our Link 3. Good old Aroma Lilith Rosemary. When she's Link summoned, I add any Aroma card I want. And thanks to our boy Laurel, I'm going to gain 500. So I'll gain that 500. And then I can add myself my Aroma blend so I can get my other traps going. And now I'm going to go ahead and pop the Titanic Galaxy. And because I gained life points, I can summon any number up to 3 of the Aromas from my hand to the zone she points to. Achumba. There you go. So, get rid of all that nonsense. And my opponent surrenders. Well, that's to be expected. I was starting to gain the advantage. That's what Aromages do. I had 17,000 life points. That's pretty beefy. I had 10,000 more than my opponent. And I was not going to let that go. I wasn't letting that advantage go. So, you know, against some decks, this Necker Valley combo, definitely a problem. But we don't need the graveyard. Although I wouldn't be able to fusion summon, but it doesn't matter as much. I mean, I can use the things on board, but, you know, I can't do the grave thing. That's the only thing that ruins. But there you go. That's Aromage doing what they like to do. Let's go for actual duel number 2 and show off more what this deck can do. We're showing off the things, but we still have other cards and combos. I'd like to show the wombos. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. And this time, let's go all out. Okay, not... it's an okay hand. It's what I like to call an okay-ish hand. And I do have Evo Torn, and I do have Aroma Guard, and I have a lot of stuff. Damn. I'm gonna go with Evo Torn combo, I think. I think this works just fine, or maybe that was the wrong move. It's fine either way. I could have just gone for Rosalina, too. That would have worked just as fine. Let's go ahead and go for our Aroma Seraphim. Actually, I can do both. What am I talking about? I can do all the things, because I have my Aroma Garden. Once per turn, gain 500 life points. Everybody also gets 500 attack and defense, which is nice. So let's go ahead and add to our hand. I really wish I had a plant that did stuff in the grave, but I didn't pack one. I didn't. So let's go ahead for Rose Girl. It doesn't really matter who we're getting here. I'm just going to discard it. But, you know, tis what tis. Let's go for 1. Let's get our Rosalina on the board. And she'll get us more stuff. And what was this, a 60-card deck? That's always a pleasure to see the 60-card decks, because you know it's some ridiculous combo. Let's see. Plants on the field. I can just get back Rose Girl. Why not? I'll recover Rose Girl. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my... Well, actually, should I make Sweet Marjoram or should I make Queen of Thorns? Because if he tries to summon from the hand... Well, that's only from the hand, though. I don't think he's going to summon that many things from the hand, but he could, but I doubt it. I'm a little doubtful of that part. Regardless, let's get our Dried Winds, our Blessed Winds. We'll be all set there. Rose Girl... Yeah, I can only use one effect per turn. No, if one of your plants leaves the board, she can summon herself out. But you can't do that the same turn that she recovers herself, so is what is. It's fine. I don't need it. And I can tribute off Marjoram to do things, but I don't need to do that. I'm good. I'm pretty set, I think. I mean, I've got my basic combo. I have more life than my opponent. It's got Photon Thrasher. Photon Thrasher. Photon Vanisher. Alright. Alright. That's... I have to be very smart about this. Photon Galaxy is a nasty combo. It's a nasty little combo wombo he's got going. Galaxy Eyes, Photonic Dragon. I've played against Galaxy Photons a few times. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to OTK me. Just a matter of hitting the right spot. It's really good that I have Called by the Grave, because I can just banish things that are, you know, troublesome. Photon Delta Wing. Summon a Photon Delta Wing. Cannot summon except for lights. That's barely a restriction. Barely. Alright, you went from 1 monster to 4 in a very quick... That's what Photons do. They are very heavy in that. Let's see, what does this do? So many Galaxy Eyes. I really wish I had my Ghost Sister right now. That would be really helpful. Alright, Galaxy Eyes, Photon Dragon. And then he can hit my extra deck, which is a little iffy, but luckily I don't play any numbers. Fortunately, I don't play any number exceeds monsters, so that's fine. That's not the worst thing. You can banish 1 monster, big whoop. We got hit Masquerena. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I don't need it. I don't need it. What else you got? Galaxy Photon Dragon. And a Photon or Galaxy card. Yeah, more searching. Lots of today's game of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's build lots of negates, have lots of searching. That is basically this game nowadays. Just lots and lots of searching. Lots of draw, lots of search, lots of Galaxy expediting. And you're gonna summon another high-level boy called Photon Emperor. And what's this do? Level becomes 4 or 8. So, okay, you gonna make it level 4? Oh. That may or may not have been a issue. Let's see. Let's activate Dried Winds. And we're gonna chain Blessed Winds. I'm gonna use its effect now. Gonna go ahead and recover 1 of our plants. And we'll gain life points. I don't know if I'll get... Okay, these will activate. Excellent! Let's go ahead and pop the dragon. Gain another monster. And what are we going to add to our hand? Let's get Rosalina so I can gain more life points. Yes, this sounds like a great idea. I guess I can't... Can I not target his other monsters? For some reason, I wasn't allowed to... Dried Winds didn't go off. Let's see. Discard a Galaxy, draw 2 cards. Okay. Galaxy's Charity. A charity, you say? Fascinating. I didn't realize that the Photons were so bad off that they needed charity work. Very well. Alrighty, so now it's our turn to... Let's use Rosalina. I'm just going to gain some more life points. That's what I do. Then Dried Winds is like, hey, I'm going to pop something else. Except from the... Okay, so that's fine to destroy. That's fine to destroy. These are all fine to destroy. I'm just thinking of who I want to destroy. It doesn't really matter that much, I don't think. I don't think it really matters who I destroy there. Ooh, Aroma blend. Nice. Very, very nice. Now I can get all 3 trap cards on the board, which you rarely get to do, but it's cool when you do it. So now I can add any Aroma monster by paying 1,000 life points. When you have too many life points, then it's not that big of a deal to do this. So, like, I'll just add Rosalina. I can make my other synchro monsters. So, let's normal summon Rosalina. Use her effect. And I could also get Marjoram and banish stuff, too. That's probably the smarter move. Much as I want to go for the Circle of the Fae, I think that's the better move. So, let's go ahead and recover another plant. Always going to get Rosalina when we have the option, because she's just that good. She's just always good. So we'll go ahead, pop. I don't think that's a problem now. I'm just gonna pop that guy. And then Marjoram's gonna banish 3 of his cards. So this one, that one. Basically just hitting the monsters. Oh, yeah, it's up to the number of Aroma monsters I control. Go ahead and search a monster. Pop the other monster. I might have hit the same monster twice. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't. Okay. That's fine, though. Doesn't matter. Let's get Jasmine. Why not? Let's just get Jasmine. I don't see a reason not to. There we go. Boom, boom, Wakachu. Activate Aroma Blend. And this should be... I don't want to say this is game, considering this is, you know, Go Photon Galaxies and all that. They can very easily OTK people. That's kind of their shtick. But I think we win. Because I'm just going to activate my Aroma Garden, gain 500 light points. Then Magnolia's going to be like, everyone gets 500 more attack points. And I'm pretty sure that's game right there. Alright, so there you go. That's what we want to see with our deck. I mean, that's exactly what we want to see done. I will say, like I said, Galaxy Photons, they are a very nice deck. I've played them before. They are amazing at their OTKs. But because we were able to, you know, interrupt his flow, he got a little spooked by all the trap cards, I think. So we were able to outplay him. So good for duel number 2. Let's go for one more duel today. And that should show off everything we want to do. Alrighty, everybody. Our third and final opponent. Last chance Aroma to fight in third. Let's go all in, all out on it. And summon some new things. I mean, we summoned most of the things we're going to summon. You know, we summoned a Rosalina, Marjoram. We summoned Sweet Marjoram. We summoned all the things. We've summoned all the links and things. And lordy, this is a nice opening hand. This is a beautiful opening hand. It is absolutely stunning. All right, so what are we going to do with it, though? That's the question. Let's go ahead and activate our Aroma Blend. We'll ditch 1 for 1 because we don't need it right now. Beta any Ash Blossoms that we might see. Get our Dried Winds set up. You gonna Droll and Lockbird me, Buzz it? Okay, good. Thank you for not doing that. Let's go for Rosalina now. Go for Rosalina, summon ourselves another Aromage monster. I'll say, I just really like the new Aroma stuff, man. It's just so good. It's a good bunch of cards. Let's see. Do I risk it for that biscuit? I could just Making Sweet Marjoram's a smart move, but I want to do the dumb stuff, too. So let's go, you know what? Let's just go for Jasmine. You know? I just want to do different things. I don't want to just be locked into, like, the same combo over and over again. I can do that anytime I want. I want to do the silly things, especially if my opponent's playing a 60-card deck. Or, I'm sorry, 55-card deck. I'm sorry for not reading your card just right. All right, let's go ahead for Aroma Garden, draw some more... Well, we'll get to draw a card off our Aromage Jasmine, which is cool and all. This also auto-plays Dried Winds. I should mention, very nice for outing potential Ash Blossoms. We go, ooh, that worked splendidly. Exactly as I expected it to. All right, so Lone Fire Blossom is on the board. My plants are going. This is very good practice for when I have to do the Akiza deck in a few weeks. One of the last days of Yu-Gi-Oh we're going to have to be doing. All right, so, yeah, I got my Lone Fire Blossom. I got my Rosalina. Got my Yasmin. I'm pretty set. What are you going to do? I mean, this guy he has something. We don't yet know what he has. So we got 1, 2, 3. I should be slightly cautious in the event he has Nibiru. I don't think it's Nibiru, but I could be mistaken. I could be very mistaken. We'll find out in a minute, though. So let's go. Boom, boom, Wakachu. Get both of these. We will get our... what does Rosemary, the original, do again? Gain life, target face-up cards. That doesn't do much of much. I have the other Synchro in this deck. I don't use it very often. It's just not as good as I'd like it to be. Well, yeah, we'll trip it Rosalina just because, you know, Jasmine's acting as a fairly decent shield right now. Yeah, no, that old chestnut. Let's get Laurel. I'm feeling a Laurel time here. And let's go ahead and use Blend. We'll banish that, get our Fusion monster on the board. But let's go Laurel and Evo Torn. That way we'll get a Magnolia on the board. So, like I said, it's a little sillier than I usually do, but it's something. Let's see. Pay 2,000, banish cards out of the field, number of... no, I don't need to banish my own stuff. I don't know why that's even an option. I don't. But that'll do for turn 1. Like I said, didn't even try to go for as much as I normally do. I normally go for Sweet Marjoram to have that extra pop and all that, but I want to see what my opponent's doing. I want to see what... I mean, he's got 55 cards. He's got 12 cards in the extra deck. This is Red Dragon's Archfiend, which specials... Well, it might be Red Dragon Archfiend. If he's going for the original Resonator, I don't know if that's what this is. Then again, he might just have his starters already. No! I'm not Wait. No. Man, Lilith protects from destruction effects. I forgot. I was like, no. Then I'm like, oh, wait. I'm protected because I have more life points. That's what Magnolia's other effect was. That's why you really put her, is to stop Regeki. I'm really glad that a card printed in 2024 gives us protection from a card from the 90s. That's the best thing about it. Okay, so that aside, what is my opponent actually doing? I'm not 100% sure. Okay. So you searched out Resonator just to put it back in the deck. So either this is Red Dragon Archfiend and he has the worst hand imaginable, or it's something completely different, off the walls, off the rails, something like that. I'm not sure. Monster Reborn. Okay. So you're stealing one of my plants? How dare you steal my plant? That's mine. Give it back. Alright. Alright, Monster Reborn, steal my plant. I mean, that's something. It is a tuner. It is a very fine tuner. So maybe he wants to tune? Kozmos? Cosmos? Cosmos. Cosmos. Cosmosis Jones. Possibly. Okay, I'm very much confused as to what this is. You're banishing yourself. Yeah. Go for Ghost Sister, baby. I've been waiting for this. Alright, this summons a Kozmo from the hand, right? Yes. Alright. Kozmo Good Witch. I'm still very confused as to what this is. I really don't know. I don't know what this is. This is going to be a lot of things. Alright. So, Slippy Rider, and then all the effects activate. So, Jasmine will search me. This will draw me. This will pop stuff. Yeah, pop the Slip Rider, I guess. I mean, I'll give him more stuff, but the thing about Cosmos, yeah, he's going to be able to keep cycling through things, and he's going to pop my field spell, which is really annoying, but, you know, once they run out of cards in the hands, what are Cosmos going to do? What are they going to do? Let's get Rose Girl, yes. I mean, I'm pretty set right now. I mean, Jasmine here alone is just like, my monsters can't be beaten in battle. I have more life than the opponent. Really combos good with the main deck Marjoram monster, which is just if you have Marjoram on the board and you have more life than the opponent, you don't take any damage from battles involving your Aromages. So, you know, I'm pretty set. I mean, yeah, I'll take damage, but he can't destroy Jasmine. He can't destroy Magnolia. Can't destroy other Jasmine. Can't destroy Rose Girl. And at any point that I feel the need, I can pay a big chunk of my life points to just wipe out his board. Not saying I'm gonna do that, but I can do that. Okay, I'm very I'm not concerned. I'm curious. I'm very curious as to where he's going with this. Strawman, Slippery Rider, Rosalina going into Nightmare Unicorn? Beals. That can't be destroyed by stuff. Oh boy, that's not... Well, that's not... I have means scared of that. I got means. Okay. I'll give you a round of applause, sir. I admit that was completely unexpected. So I applaud you. That was actually pretty neat. All right. So now the problem arises. I have no means by which to gain the life points easily. I should say. Let's see. Although I can just pay 2,000 life points with my Magnolia and banish cards equal to the number of dried winds I control, so that's another option. That's the other option there, so I'm pretty sure I just kind of like win here. But I'm going to go ahead and normal summon a few monsters just because I can. I get extra normal summons thanks to Jasmine. I might as well use the darn things. So let's summon Marjoram from our deck. Just because. We'll special summon the Rose Girl. Because a plant left the board. I'm going to have another normal summon. So let's summon another Marjoram so I doubly don't take damage. And that will be game right there. So good on the Kozmo player for trying something unique. And I will say, you know, I was very interested to see what he was trying to do. Very curious as to what the resonators there. I guess it's just like a synchro variant of Kozmos, which is pretty neat. You know, Kozmos don't get enough love. You know, they were meta once, those Kozmos. GG. GG, sir. All right. So that'll be game right there, folks. Let's go ahead to the end screen. We'll talk a little bit more about the Aromages. Alrighty, everybody. So Aromages 2024 went 3-0, which is honestly a little bit better than I was expecting. I was thinking like 2-1, but no, we were able to do all the stuff we wanted to do. Once we got those life points, we could not be stopped. You know, that's the thing about Aromages. When they start gaining them life, unless you've got Skull Servant or even Gren Maju levels of damage output, or maybe like Red Dragon Arcfiend, ironically enough, then that's going to be hard to surmount. It's hard to get over Aromages once they start gaining in them life, especially when you have things on your pocket like Ghost Sister Spook Dogward. This thing is an absolute nightmare fuel for combo players, because once it goes off, unless they just flat out don't special summon monsters of the effect variety, then this thing just ends the games for them. It shall. So we got to do everything we wanted to do for the most part. I mean, the only things we didn't get to see today, a couple synchros that are kind of cool as well, but we also didn't get to see our harmonic synchro fusion, which is just it's a nice tech where I can just fusion and synchro at the same time. I can summon out Marjoram and Magnolia at the same time. I'm locked out of the links for a turn, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So we got to show off most of what this deck can do, and I'm really happy to have seen it. So thanks everybody for watching. Your boy Memphis is signing out for now. And don't forget to like and comment and all that good stuff. Consider subscribing if you haven't. We're trying to hit 810 at least by the end of the 100 days this season. I was asking 850, but I think we'll have to lower that a little bit. So if we get to 810, I'll be happy. I really will be. So thanks much for watching. Real quick, the deck list, of course, because I know a lot of people like to see the deck list. And then we'll see what we're doing tomorrow. So for the main deck today, we have things like Aromage Bergamo, which is mostly as a beat stick sort of an option, but it's also good for some of our synchros. We have 2 copies of Aromage Marjoram for its level for synchros, its protection from battle damage, and it can banish stuff, which is really good in this deck. We have Aromage Rosemary, who doesn't do a lot in this deck other than being a level 4 for me to go to level 5. But if we have more life than the opponent, my opponent can't use monster effects when we do battle, so it's got some niche uses there. 2 copies of Rose Girl, just as an extra body on the board, good discard fodder that recurs itself. 3 copies of Lone Fire Blossom, if all else fails, we need a monster on the board, Lone Fire is there for you. 3 copies of the Ghost Sister as one of the most OP card techs you can play in Aromage. 3 copies of Aromage Jasmine. It's just, basically it's the OG start 'em up, just, you know, you have more life than your opponent, you get an extra summon, you gain life, you draw another card. It's a nice card to start off the deck if all else fails. 2 copies of Aromage Laurel, good body from the hand, and if it leaves the board, you get to gain life points, triggering a lot of your effects. 3 of the Evil Thorn as our old school spicy tech card, you know, tribute itself on the board, burn the opponent for a smidge, just to get a little bit ahead of the opponent to start off the duel with, and get 2 bodies on the board. Very nice. And as last for the main deck monsters, 3 of the new Rosalina, because she's like Evil Thorn, but she's also a hand trap that gains you life points, so it's very nice. 1 copy of Wound for Wound, because we have a lot of level 1 monsters that start up our board. Jasmine is not level 1, but these 2 are. 1 of the Harmonic Synchro Fusion is spiciest of tech cards today. 3 copies of Aroma Blend, which didn't do as much as I thought it would do today, but it's a very good card. Just ditch one of your cards, like the Rose Girl, to the grave, get one of your 3 traps, whichever one you need, banish it from the grave in the same turn to fusion summon from the hand, from the field, or if your life points are higher, from the graveyard to go for your Magnolia. One monster born, because you can never have too many bodies on the board. One copy of Called by the Grave to stop ash blossoms and things. Aroma Garden, where were you today? I would love to know, because when I summon monsters, I gain life points, and when my opponent attacks me, and I have lower life points than my opponents, I can summon Aromage from my deck, so that would have been amazingly good to have on the board, even though I didn't really need it, but still, I would have liked to have seen you. I put you at 3 for a reason. One copy of the Cauldron of Old Man is our alternate win condition. Basically, every turn I get a counter, I can either burn my opponent or gain life points, and the longer it's on the board, the better. 3 copies of the Aroma Garden, just as easy, get life points, of course. And if my monsters do get destroyed, I gain more life points, so that's what we want to see done. And then 1 each of the Blessed, Dried, and Human Winds. Each of them does different things. Blessed Wind has 2 different ways to gain life points. 1 way of getting monsters back from my graveyard. And next we have Dried Winds, where once per turn I gain life points. Then I get to pop a card, and I can pay life points until I'm equal to my opponent to destroy face-up monsters whose attack is less than or equal to the life points I paid. So the more life points I pay, the more I can destroy. Well, that sort of deal. And then lastly, of course, for Human Winds is just pay 1,000 to add Aromage from the deck to the hand. And then if I have lower life points than my opponent, I'm going to just gain life points. So it's a nice card in case things go south. Now for the extra deck, we have things pretty basic. IP Masquerade and Nightmare Unicorn is one of the most basic combos for links in the world. And then we got 2 copies of Aroma Seraphie Jasmine as our main starter girl. You contribute the monsters it points to summon other plants from the deck. If I gain life points, I search other plants. 2 copies of the new Aroma Lilith Rosemary, because when it's summoned, I can add any Aroma card, like my Blend or my Garden or whatever from my deck to my hand. If I gain life points, I can summon up to 3 Aromages to the positions that it points to. And I can contribute any of my monsters that she points to target a card, banish it, and gain 1,000 life points. So, nice bit of removal there. Avermax just is an emergency backup option. I never summon him, but I like to have him just in case. 1 copy of Aroma Seraphie Rosemary, just as an option to have another synchro in the deck. It doesn't do that much. It does have some, targeted negations to it, but that's about it. She does boost everybody. Queen of Thorns is an old school synchro monster for plants that punishes the opponent from summoning from their hand, except for plants, obviously, but it's a nice card. You don't summon it too often unless you know what your opponent's doing. If you know that they need to summon from the hand a lot, then this card is useful. It's really better as a way to finish off a lingering opponent. You just burn them by punishing them for summoning anything from the hand. That's what she does. So if your opponent's got like 2,000 life points left, you summon this thing, it can make them really consider what they're summoning, but it's very niche. You summon it on occasion. 2 copies of Sweet Marjoram, because she searches out our traps, and when we gain life points, we can pop things, and my opponent can't target plants while I have the life points higher than them. 1 copy of the Paralysis, Empress of the Blossoms, which can revive high-level plants from my hand or my grave in defense mode, except for herself. So we have a bunch of synchros. We have our main deck monsters at a high level. Nice card to have. 1 copy of Circle of the Fairies, because it gives us an additional summon of a plant monster. And when my monster is... when my monsters destroy my opponent's monsters, I can inflict burn damage and gain life points. So it's a very nice card to have on the board. We just don't always go into the guy, but it is an option. That's kind of what Bergame is for, is to go into this. So it's an option. And then 2 copies of Magnolia, Protection from Destruction, banishes things, and then it can also make my monsters bigger. It's also really easy to summon. So that's the extra deck. Side deck didn't really go too much. I used to play Rickas in this deck, which you still can just fine, although honestly I don't think Aromages need the Rickas half as much anymore. Keikolos, the Circular Fairy, can add insect or plant tuners from your deck to your hand, such as our Aromage Lilith Rosalina. So that's an option there. It also goes really well with the Circular Sorcerer, because you can just, ditch one of your plants, search this out, special summon it, go for Circle of the Fairies. Nice little combination there. If you wanted to run Keikolos in place of, like, I don't know, Evil Thorn, I guess, like 2 of this, 1 of that, something like that, it's an option. Aroma Seraphie Angelica is the OG hand trap, which lets you gain life points. Not as good now that we have Rosalina, but she's still there. A bunch of extra deck monsters that I used to run in this deck. I don't really run them anymore, but there's options there. We can't really summon Exterior. I don't know why he's here, but there's other big synchros. Play them to your heart's content. Harmonic Fusion, again, if you really want to go for that combo. There's Raika, Ryuran, Kurisaki, which makes my monsters bigger, opponents smaller, so that's a cool little idea if you really want to edge out your opponent in terms of attack value, but it's not that big of a deal. And then lastly, one Cauldron of the Old Man additional if you want to really go for that nice Cauldron action. So that's the deck, everybody. Hope you very much enjoyed it. Tomorrow is the 87th day, and we're taking a look at Karakuris. Oh yeah, we're gonna get mechanical on people. So I gotta finish up the extra deck though. But other than that, we're gonna be playing some Karakuris tomorrow. Hope to see you there. Till next time, your boy, the MF6Ep86, signing out. Until then, y'all stay safe, y'all stay happy, and you have a good one. Take care.